Hey gamers, what's up? Muzz here from L1 Games, and today I'm going to talk a little bit on a topic that a few people have asked me about that I thought was really interesting, and I have some ideas that I wanted to share on how to get non-gamers interested in gaming. Now I think we all know someone who really isn't into gaming, a loved one, a family member, a significant other, whatever the case may be, and we want to get them interested in the things that interest us. But we have to remember some things in doing so that I think are really important. The first one is you always want to pick something that suits the interest of the person that you're sharing the games with. So if someone hates horror movies, don't introduce them to Resident Evil or Silent Hill on their first go. If they hate racing games, don't try to get them to play Gran Turismo or Forza. You want to cater to their interests, genres that they'll be interested in, things that really suit their needs as a potential gamer. So if they like, we'll just say puzzles for example, of course you want to start them on games like Tetris or Dr. Mario, whatever. Anything like that, even a game like Catherine where it's got a puzzle element, Intelligent Cube. There are tons of options for people who are into that kind of thing. And if they do like to watch NASCAR or something, there are tons of NASCAR games. And then you can get them into other games, like maybe just street racing games like Need for Speed. There's always something that's going to suit their need. And if they like something cinematic and they like horror movies or something, you get them into like a game like Alan Wake or maybe into Resident Evil, and you can go on from there. Another thing you might want to consider is the ability and experience of the person that you're trying to introduce games to. You don't want to drop them into a game that's really complex if they have no experience. You want to start them off with something that has a more shallow learning curve. So if I've never played a game before, especially a 3D game, I don't want to be dropped into something like Skyrim or Fallout that's massive in scope and size and tons of different combinations of what you have to do on the controller to make things happen on the screen. That could potentially intimidate someone who doesn't have a lot of experience gaming, and you don't want to scare them off on their first go. And if they do have any experience with gaming, maybe there's an old franchise that they really enjoyed when they were a kid, they had a Nintendo, a Sega, whatever the case may be, nostalgia is always a huge help. If someone grew up playing Mario, it's really ideal to put them into a game like Super Mario Maker 2 or New Super Mario Brothers. Start giving them a taste of what the newer age of gaming has to offer for their old interests. And you can bounce off of that afterwards, right? You can start off with that and then get into maybe Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Odyssey, bring them up to the 3D realm of gaming if that's not what they're used to, because a lot of times when people are just used to the 2D games, putting them in 3D games is really difficult for them. You've seen people run around in circles in Call of Duty, don't know what they're doing. So you kind of want to slowly initiate them into the 3D gaming. And a great way to start that is just by starting off easy, like I was saying before, a shallow learning curve, and then building your way up. And games with a lot of nostalgia are a good way to keep people interested as you do that. Next up, I always think co-op is better than versus. You don't want it to be too competitive, right? So if you can help each other while you're playing, it's always beneficial. And when you play a co-op game, make sure you give them an opportunity to accomplish things on their own. Let them achieve some things, let them make accomplishments in the game, and then praise them while they do it, right? So they feel like they're doing something good. The worst thing you can do when you're introducing someone to something is make them think they're bad at it. So you give them that sense of accomplishment, and it's really going to help out. And if you're playing a co-op game and there's friendly fire, no matter how funny you think it is, don't kill them on purpose. It could be really frustrating. And once you guys play a little bit, maybe they start killing you, you start killing them, okay. But you don't want to just do it because you can do it, because, again, you just don't want to intimidate them and make them think it's not fun. Now you may be introducing video games to someone you think will enjoy versus titles, and that's perfectly fine too. But a few things you may want to do when you're doing that is remember not to insult them, not to pressure them, and not to laugh at them when you kill them. And if you are winning repeatedly, it might not hurt to let them win one or two just to get that feeling of success, because that's always a good way to get someone interested in something. If they feel like they're doing well, they're more willing to continue. But if you keep beating them repeatedly over and over again, it may force them into quitting. Lastly, and most importantly, in my opinion, make it fun. You don't want to try to introduce someone to gaming and stress them out, right? You game and I game to get away from the stress of life. It's a fun getaway. It's something we do to kind of just take out our stress. The last thing you want to do is, like I was saying earlier, insult someone, make them feel bad, pressure them, stress them out. They're not going to come back. They're not going to continue to game if that's how you make them feel about it. In fact, they may even really dislike gaming after that experience. So what you want to do is laugh when you die. Show them that it's not a big deal. And that way they might be more inclined to say, wow, this is just a fun hobby. It's nothing I should take so seriously that, I'm going to hate people over it or get into arguments about it. And with that kind of mindset, I think people are going to be way more likely to enjoy gaming and maybe enjoy gaming with you as a new gamer. And that's all I've got. So hopefully this helps you out. If there's someone that you want to introduce to gaming, maybe you consider these things. If you have an idea of your own, by all means, leave a comment below and let us know. It's always good to interact and get other people's ideas and insight on these topics as well. So I'm going to get out of here. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon and you'll get updates when I post new content. Follow me on Twitter at L1Games, on Instagram at L1Muzz, and you can even check me out on Facebook. I have a page and a group at L1 Games. So I'm going to get out of here. I will talk to you all soon. Thanks for watching.